And so, yeah, I mean, initially I was full of piss and vinegar, and you know what? I said, fuck this, I'm gonna cancel my Patreon right now in solidarity with my brother, and then I realized that's how I got paid. So, that
Oh,
kind of sucked.
God, that's what you're opening up tonight with. Okay, okay. I mean, that's fine. That's totally fine.
I
I mean,
had
it's cool.
I had 20 seconds to figure it out, and I
I
mean, shit. I mean,
that's true.
you're giving me shit. I'm looking at the screen right now, and listen, Jeff. I thought like there was going to be like sort of proportional scaling so that it
You're
didn't look
sitting
as though
so,
my head was
dude.
as big as it is.
You are sitting so much closer to the damn camera than you usually do. This is what I got to work with. You want to look smaller? You
It's
back up, fatty.
called my living room.
You know what I figured out
Fat.
about head size
Huh?
for that? Every beer you drink, the circumference of your head grows by 1 millimeter.
Ooh.
You know
Ooh.
Wow, so this has been YouTube Saints featuring Vernaculis last time. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We're gonna be getting Dieter Lucum in here because fuck knows he ain't got shit to do.
that? You know what I based on a dead guy at
Huh?
the front.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Come on.
I mean,
It's proportional.
I'm not saying having you as a guest means you're going to be carrying some dead weight. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
what's going on,
Jesus,
everybody?
Jeff.
Welcome. It's Friday night. It's time for the YouTube Saints. I am surprisingly not sick anymore. I cured myself with copious amounts of jalapenos and alcohol, and it worked this time. So that's good. Nick has shrunk back to normal size, which is also good. And we've got the one and the only Vernaculis tonight. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. It's good. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Glad you're here. We have some solemn news.
here's the funny thing: Vernaculis is considerably shorter than I am, yet his head is like two of my heads put together, and yellow. It's jaundice. I mean, I don't just want to say he's jaundice, but you know, I mean, well, it's out there now.
Don't make people
What are
think
you
I look
gonna
like
do?
an alien.
You don't look.
Not an alien. No, you just look like a sickly New Englander who doesn't see enough sunlight.
Okay, okay. I was gonna be really nice, but actually, that's the yeah. I mean, we did okay. I'm a cave dweller. What?
Sorry, I'm still laughing. That's funny.
I'm a cave dweller, you know, so I'm pretty pasty and white and whatnot. But when me and Vernaculis went down to Santa Monica Boulevard, like out to the pier and shit, I swear to God, we must have been blinding people because we were so pasty white compared to everyone else. It was amazing.
There's
You
a
know,
point though when you get so white that you get pink.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
We
mean?
just sort of roll around in the bleached beach sand and then tell people who step on you, "Hey, it's a human being." And I'm sorry, I didn't see you. You should put clothes back on.
Well,
But-
you see, my alcoholism is actually very tactical because I'm so pale and I don't want to be this super pale. All the broken blood vessels in my face from my copious amounts of alcohol abuse. Yep, it's all for fashion.
I see. That's where you sort of fail there, Jeff. Because like the real trick is you need to develop a healthy case of rosacea that you mask with clever means before you do each show.
Look,
Shut
I
your
paid
fucking mouth,
I
Justin.
paid the guy $50 down on the corner, and he sold me bunk rosacea. I'm sorry.
You know, this is something worth pointing out, though. I did for quite a while feel a bit envious of Vernaculis here because he actually got to see the Pacific Ocean before I did. Yeah,
That's
but I
true,
actually got to swim it. I fought the motherfucker. So
Yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah.
You
I
also
fought
went swimming with a wizard.
No, that was when I fought the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Because all those waves kept trying to come up on me saying how big and bad they were, and I'm like, oh no. I've been through Lawrence. I know what this is. You're fronting, son, and I'm gonna punch you in your crest.
Did you win?
Well, I haven't heard Pacific Ocean talking shit in quite a while, so I'd say I did pretty well. Goddamn oceans and their goddamn
You should
egos.
see the other ocean. You know what I
These
mean?
oh yeah. Well, I mean the Atlantic knows better now. It's just cold and full of jellyfish.
Yeah, I've been to the Atlantic a couple of times. Not a
It's
big fan.
Fun. It's not. As far as oceans go, it's very sad, very sad.
Low
It's a
energy.
sad ocean.
It's
Low
low
energy. Low
Terrible.
energy, high in oxygen, because it's cold. But I mean, God willing, we will rid the Atlantic Ocean of orcas as soon as possible.
What do you got against orcas?
Nothing. It's just they're in my ocean and shit. You know,
Oh.
eating all my krill, and
Have
that's
you
not
ever-
me trying to steal another show's bit.
Have you ever seen that that video of two orcas? They come up on a seal. One grabs one half of the back flipper, the other grabs the other half, and they literally rip the thing right in half from the ass to the face.
That's not even fair.
That's why you don't
amazing.
free. That's why you don't free Willie. Is because when Willie is free to do what he wants, it gets dark real fast.
Orcas are fucking terrible. I mean, they're impressive. They're amazing, but like orcas are dicks. They're like fucking
Exactly.
homicidal spree
No.
killers.
I thought
I
Free
think
Willy was a felony.
In most counties, yeah.
yeah, I just
Probably not in West Virginia.
So I
you
got.
know.
So I guess the official line for this show, the YouTube Saints, is that if you see an orca, you should murder it because it's an unforgiving bastard.
I'm
And,
not saying that.
Yes, Steve-O can climb as many cranes as he wants, but
All right,
until
we're
these
going to take our
orcas
first break,
stop there-
folks. We're going to take our first break. We're sponsored by PETA. This episode.
no. Oh yeah. By the way, this episode of YouTube Saints sponsored by the film Blackfish. Blackfish, catch it in the third run theater in your local municipality.
Or in
and
the
you playing
first
at the
run
Rhode?
in all third world countries.
Yeah, the Blackfish will be playing at the Rotary Club next week in Sheboygan, Illinois. So all you people in Sheboygan, you go ahead and find out why you should stop watching this show.
You know, okay, here's the thing. Sheboygan, Illinois is a real place. But for the longest time, I thought somebody was fucking with me. Like, I really did. I thought that there was, like, a joke going around where they made up really stupid city names. And I'm like, that's not a real name. Fuck you. Poughkeepsie? Fuck you. No way. That's a made-up fucking town. That ain't real. It's Sheboygan?
It's real.
Yeah. Honestly, Jeff, I had trouble believing that, like, your present hometown was real when I found out that it was named after the dad from American Pie. I mean, who names a town after Eugene Levy?
That man,
apparently working.
he's an American treasure, all right? Eugene Levy, he's an American
Really?
treasure. He is.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, with the unfortunate depopulation of the Jewish people, people like Eugene Levy count as like 10. And thank God for
it's like-
that.
Like, 4 out of 6 Eugene, Oregon residents are actually like Genghis Khan style progeny of Eugene Levy. He conquered and settled that area long before his film career. Not a lot of people know this, but yeah, Eugene Levy rode in on a donkey, slaughtered the local population, took their women, impregnated them, spawned them, and that's most of them moved to Portland. But that's how Oregon happened. It was basically it was a mix of Eugene Levy and the guy who played Egon. Yeah.
Harold
Does that
Ramis?
make
So you're
sense?
welcome. Yeah, Harold Ramis. No,
Yeah.
well, I didn't want to say his name because I know that like it sends tremors throughout the state of Oregon, thinking that the conqueror is going to return. But, but yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
apparently there's a town
Eugene
called there's a town called Shigurlgan. Never heard of that one. Apparently there's a titty bong in Australia. I think you're making that one up.
Shigurlgan. You're just waiting for like Egurlgan. You're like, is it a trap colony? It is? Turns out Ella Grant went in there and inseminated every female of every species, and now there's nothing but a whole bunch of traps living strangely in harmony. It's gonna be like a Star Trek Enterprise episode where like we found this strange planet without gender, but don't tell them that.
Jeff, say titty bong again.
Titty bong. I like it.
So
I like it. I mean,
Saints for you. I'm just glad right at the outset here we're getting the very flat and honest versions of everyone. It's like Jeff doesn't know what towns exist in the U.S. I'm apparently deciding Harold Ramis was a conquering hero, and Vernaculis just wants to hear funny city names mentioned. I'm a serious intellectual, guys. But by the way, I'm a serious intellectual and an author. But can you say titty bong again?
Titty bong. But yes, there's a Drain, Oregon. It is actually a very pretty place. There's a Drain. Titty bong.
Go!
There's a boring Oregon. There's a town called Weed in California. You know? Somebody's saying that in Kentucky there's a chicken gizzard and a possum trot.
Dude, nothing's gonna beat titty bong, man. We just need to stop right now.
Titty bong.
No, there's actually a town. There's a town in New Hampshire known as Shithole, New Hampshire.
Wait, that's the name?
You live there.
Known as.
Well, it's not an official name. You're not going to see it in an atlas or anything, but that's just because the goddamn imperialists never accepted our way of life.
All right, real quick.
There's a shithole in Massachusetts, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Brighton.
It's called Worcester.
No,
Worcester.
Listen.
Worcester.
Worcestershire, or Worcester, as it's known by the English-speaking world. Worcester. Fucking that's known as Turtle Boy, Massachusetts.
Worcester.
Don't bring back Turtle Boy, man.
No, I love the fact, actually, I think it was your first appearance on this show where we brought up Turtle Boy, and ever since then, now people know about Turtle Boy.
I'm glad the word's getting out.
I mean,
we're a cultural change here on the Saints. We like to show the rest of the world why New England is terrible.
Don't bring it up again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's already up. It's already up.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
he's doing that fucking turtle dirty.
No,
I love too that he's got pecs. Like he can tell he's been working out on that turtle for quite a while.
That's not in the corner somewhere or anything. That's like that's the middle of downtown.
the bird. Why would it look? Oh, fuck you. Damn it.
That's the important. I love it too. It's like WRCTR Worcester.
Don't do this.
The bird's
Bam!
like, the fuck you doing to that turtle? What the fuck?
Vern, listen. We could either have saved this until later in the night after people have paid Jeff enough to drink lavender vodka to the point where this is palatable, or we could get it out of the way now.
I feel like it's just gonna get worse from here.
Slick Poo, Indiana.
It usually does.
All right.
Slick Poo.
That was
Slick Poo.
That one was pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah.
Everybody living in Butte County is like, we're not the worst of it anymore.
Ugh.
I haven't had a drop of alcohol today.
No?
I'm still laughing. I'm still cracking up at Titty Bong.
Titty Bong.
I was just going to say that explains your bad decision making to agree to be on the show. So,
Dragon of the West says,
Prohibition.
Dragon of the West says, I'm a little down as my family's cat died. Panda was a brat but fun. Anyway, a little cash to make my day bright. Hey, pinkies up for Panda. Pinkies up, all the way up. Much love to your dead kitty, Panda. And we will welcome him to his new home in Titty Bong Heaven.
Titty Bong, which is a county in Valhalla.
Right.
Yeah. And we will do our very best to reaffirm every bad decision you've ever made by reminding you that you tuned into the YouTube Saints.
I'm checking. I'm googling this one. I gotta make sure this is real. Hang on. Hang on.
What,
Wait,
titty
so-
bong?
Holy
You led me
shit!
to believe such a place existed, and then you weren't even sure it did?
No. God damn it! No, this is in New York. Okay, hang on. Wait. Why are we still on that? The fuck?
Because that's your new wallpaper, dude. What are you talking about?
Nick,
What?
Nick, I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
But you just put your hair down, and I have to say something about it. You look like Fabio got trapped on a desert island.
There we go. All right.
for like
He
5
does.
weeks.
He does. You
Fabio trapped on a desert island is still like 10 times better than like Nick living in Manchester. Okay, so thank you, Justin. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Anytime.
This
I
is
really do.
This is the village of Tuckahoe. Low rent Fabio would go well in Tuckahoe, New York.
Come on, please. I just pushed it over to the side. Right now I'm low res. Not low res. Not right. Right now I'm low rent Justin Wang.
Yeah. That's pretty good actually. Shit. Tuckahoe.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden, like I think you Jeff, do you secretly imagine and hope that you have found your trap paradise in Rhode Island?
What? No, this is New York.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Rhode Island is a suburb of New York, just like Connecticut is. So it's
Wouldn't it be fascinating if the entire village of Tuckahoe was nothing but traps and trans?
fine. It'd be really fascinating if that was the case, yet somehow they had a sustainable population. There's still a pregnancy rate. No one can explain it, but it happens.
Well, I mean, there's trans men, so I mean, it's not impossible. They'd have to put in a lot of work.
An entire American city of desperately confused children.
Well, I know where we'd find Dankula when he does his U.S. tour.
it's a tour. It's a vacation. Basically, it's like the last trip. It's like, well, I'm about to be married, so I found this town in New York in the U.S. where it's nothing but traps, and none of them can get pregnant, and Sue's given me full permission.
Your impression is actually getting really good. It is.
I learned it from watching you.
So
what I really want is to hear hear him break into like the real Scottish, because like the Scots typically talk in two ways. One, so normal English speakers can understand it, and then the other one way. What? That's how you fucking cunt, yeah. You just call me a cunt. That's Dankula at his work.
You want to hear a funny story about when I was in Ireland?
Does
it involve traps?
yes.
It does not, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Still want to hear
Sorry.
it.
Sorry to disappoint everybody. So we're at this bar called The Keys, right? And we met a couple of Irish people. They were very nice. Came over to the table. You know, we were all chatting it up or whatever. They hadn't met me yet, right? So I went into I was in the bathroom.
They were nice and friendly, but they hadn't met me.
No. I was in the bathroom, and then I came out back to the table. I see all these strange people. Right? I don't know who they are. One of the Irish guys puts his arm around me and goes, "Oi, Harry Potter's in."
That's good.
Love that story.
Crab90 says, so if Vern is HST, who is... Oh, Hunter S. Thompson. Who is Gonzo, and who is the scared hitchhiker?
I feel like, in all honesty, I would be the scared hitchhiker.
Yeah.
That's not unfair. Yeah.
Although, like, the jury is still out between which one me or Nick is Hunter and which one is Gonzo.
Well, it's funny too because when we get down to it, like, okay, you have a published book, yes.
True.
I'll have one soon, but at the same time, I'm also a journalist, and I wrote things such as when I was sent to Orlando and I was given a handheld blacklight and didn't figure out that was to activate the glow-in-the-dark bit on the shot glass. Figured they wanted me to check the mattress, and I did, and there was no, it was no human stains on it, which really amazed me.
No human stains.
No visible stains, let's say.
Absolutely.
Love stains of a lizard.
Well, I love it because I began the article basically being like, I checked into my room around midday, found a blacklight in a backpack that was left for me by unknown sources. I immediately decided that this was to check the room, and upon checking the mattress and sheets, I found no stains of humankind. I don't think ever has such a low creature as a writer ever sullied these sheets. You can't let them know. Not yet.
I'm gonna settle this debate. I'm gonna settle this debate right now. I'm going more bald.
That settles it.
I just really want to see Jeff doing that Benicio del Toro thing. Like, I just got back from Vietnam. You guys want to buy some heroin?
God damn it, Jeff! You're wasting my time.
White rabbit.
Listen, we can talk about who did more drugs or who's lost more hair all day, man. The important thing is, what about the goats?
What about the goats? Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat said bump ass Virginia.
Bump ass Virginia? No way. Hang on. Damn it. No way.
It's like, honestly, I just want to find out that the entire production crew of Requiem for a Dream, at least in that one scene, moved there. It's like, we keep trying to get Jennifer Connelly to come down to ass Virginia, but she just won't. I think she's scarred.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so this is the official page on virginia.org for bump ass, right? Up here at the top, Virginia is for lovers.
I think bump ass is for lovers too. I think bump ass Virginia is for lovers. Bump ass Virginia is for lovers who need a little spice in their life.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You're just so that's how happy you are about that.
I wonder if there's a sister town of Tittybong.
No, you know what's gonna happen is because bump ass Virginia is just such a small, irrelevant town that, like, our mentioning them, they'll be like, we were mentioned on the internet show one time. Yeah, this pumpkin guy and two homeless guys were talking about us. It was great.
Dude, I love this so much.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you glad you agreed to be on the show tonight? I can just see him sitting on the floor of his bathroom right now.
Should we get? I guess we should get to the news. I guess.
I suppose so.
Let's get
to the news.
Coming hot off the presses from bump ass press here. Kevin Hart says he won't host Oscars over Fuhrer over the Fuhrer.
Over the Fuhrer. Oh my! The Fuhrer gave him specific instructions not to host the Oscars. That falls to millennial woes.
The Oscar goes to not fucking Taylor Swift. She wasted her white jeans. Anyway, Kevin Hart is stepping down from hosting the Oscars after homophobic tweets surfaced on Thursday. The tweets between 2009 and 2011, including derogatory language referring to gay people and made disparaging comments about sexuality. In one of the tweets from 2011, among some that have been deleted, the comedian actor said, "Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm going to break it over his head and say in my voice, stop, that's gay." I have made the choice to step down from hosting this year's Oscars. Hart, who is currently performing in Sydney, Australia, announced late Sunday on Twitter. This is because I do not want to be a distraction on a night that should be celebrated by so many amazing, talented artists. I sincerely apologize to the LGBTQ community for my insensitive words from my past. I'm sorry that I hurt people. I am evolving and want to continue to do so. My goal is to bring people together again, not to tear us apart. Much love and appreciation to the Academy. I hope we can meet again.
I'm honestly personally impressed that Kevin Hart was able to actually like type all that from down below the desk like that. But
there it is. There's the short joke.
That was the tweet.
Yeah, that was his apology tweet.
No, I mean that was the tweet that like got him.
No, one of the worst one. This is like an example of one of the worst ones. Is if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm gonna break it over his head and say, "Stop, that's gay."
I remember a joke like that, like being part of his set or something at one point.
Yeah,
like he would get on stage and he would be like, what if my I wouldn't know how to handle it if my son like wanted to wear a tutu or something. Like the only thing I would be able to do is just go, stop, that's gay. Like you know what I mean? That was like the joke. That was the bit.
Well, see, that's where he fucked up, because the way you're supposed to actually write a comedy bit is like the way Amy Schumer does it, right? You steal jokes from Patrice O'Neill, and then everybody defends
Patrice.
you.
God, I miss Patrice.
I miss Patrice too.
God, he was.
Honestly, I mean, it was funny because, like, I think, I don't give a fuck about the Oscars. In fact, like, it's one of the most fucking tedious TV experiences that we are subjected to annually. Yep. But Kevin Hart would have actually been fucking his hosting would have made watching it worthwhile. Like
Agreed.
Billy Crystal made the Oscars worth watching. Who gives a fuck how many awards Daniel Day-Lewis is going to get in a given year? You're watching for Billy Crystal. Kevin Hart, not just saying this because he's a tiny man, but Kevin Hart is like the black version of Billy Crystal, except he apparently can't get away with shit because he has a Twitter account.
But I mean, like, Kevin Hart was part of like that whole like Cellar crowd at one point, right? That had like Patrice O'Neill, Bill Burr, Bobby Kelly.
Yeah, I want to say
the original
Rich Voss, all of them. Yeah. But I was just watching
Rich Voss, good fucking reference
like
there.
One of those today. I was just watching like one of those old like radio clips today or something, and normally Patrice O'Neill gets like the upper hand on everybody, like on that show, right? But Bobby Kelly said like the most amazing joke about Patrice O'Neill, and he couldn't handle it. Bobby Kelly said that Patrice O'Neill constantly looks like he's putting out a new barbecue sauce.
Yeah, he does. He does. He absolutely does.
Well, hang on. Here's the thing though. Can you imagine if instead of Kevin Hart it was Patrice in this situation? Because here's the thing, like if Patrice had made that joke on Twitter or said that shit and then got called to account, like his reaction when people were like, and you get to host the Oscars, he'd be like, the fuck you talking about? I ain't worried about that. Listen, I figured out like, my son's straight. He ain't gonna watch the Oscars.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like it's so. The thing that's kind of unfortunate about this is because in one of his Instagram posts, Hart said the Academy asked him to apologize that they would find another host. He said he chose not to issue the apology and step down, instead saying he did not want to contribute to feeding the internet trolls. Now, I think that's probably one of the best ways to respond to it, but we're not quite there yet. Let me read just a little bit more. The reason why I passed is because I've addressed this several times, Hart said. I'm not going to continue to go back and tap into the days of old when I've moved on and I'm in a completely different space in my life. Chad Griffin, the head of an LGBT civil rights advocacy group called the Human Rights Campaign, responded, "You have a rare opportunity to take responsibility, teach people in this moment, and send a message to LGBTQ youth that they matter and deserve dignity and respect. You say you've grown, show us, make amends for hurtful things you said, and affirm LGBTQ people." Here's the problem. The problem is is if you were in any way harmed by reading that tweet by Kevin Hart, it must have been by stubbing your toe because you got so flustered and pissed off that you started stomping around your house. It's the closest you're going to get to being harmed. Now, pissed off, upset, sure, absolutely, but it's still just a shitty joke. It's just a shitty joke. I can't get behind this, and I think that Kevin Hart was right. Like, jokes are topical, humor is topical, comedy is topical, and things that were funny like 40 years ago aren't really that funny these days. Things shift.
Unless they were really funny.
Unless they were really, really super funny.
Yeah.
But attitudes shift, you know, society shifts. You can't live constantly in the past by all this kind of shit. And right now, the whole idea of digging up people's backgrounds and histories on Twitter is fashion. It's fashion, and it's like it's a hobby for people now.
Actually, you know what? Well, I'm frozen, but go on, Vern. Well, unfreeze.
But like I think that Bill Burr, like he said it the best. He said, "What all you do, you just plow right through it.
Yeah,
you just plow right through the whole thing. They'll get fed up with it eventually, and it's like it just.
I just want to make sure
you can't
you're
make
not
someone.
Referencing his, you're not referencing his it's never okay to hit a woman bit, because I mean maybe there was an extended version of that I didn't get. All plowing through things.
There are plenty of fucking reasons. Like, how did he say it? No,
plenty of fucking reasons. Really, honestly, what the fuck?
Wait, I've been working on my Bill Burr impression.
Oh, do it.
I'm not saying you do it, but there are plenty of fucking reasons.
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
No, but he just says you just plow right through it, and it'll go away.
Mm-hmm.
And it will. Plus, I like what he has to say. Like, you can't dictate what I meant when I said something.
Right.
Like, that's just what you took from it. You know what I mean?
Do you want to hit? It's actually kind of timely too, though, because I noticed like in the news and in general, especially like with everyone freaking out about the alt-right and thinking that unfortunate busload of virgins is actually going to make an impact in the world. You know, we're hearing a lot about, you know, Jew hate, huh? Yeah. Now, as the token fucking minority on this show.
Yeah, keep going.
Listen, Jeff, you taking a dick from time to time doesn't compare to 5,000 years from Moses to Sandy Koufax, okay? So, but no, it's a funny thing.
Baby,
Here's the thing, like, here's the thing. With the exception of the unfortunately effete HuffPo bloggers we might come across, right? I think Jews have a lot to offer the rest of this I'm so oppressed fucking community, because not only did we survive multiple attempts to wipe us off the face of the fucking earth, but in the creation of comedy as we've been able to forge it, I say we because, well, why not? I'll take credit for anything other people have done. I'm not above it. But Jew comedians have basically centered their comedy on self-deprecation. You take the hate, you take the stereotypes, you take the shit jokes and the bad takes and all of that, and then you find a way to make it funny and throw it back on yourself because you're not a bitch. Now, if we're living in an age in which anybody who thinks they live outside of we live in this society outside of the gender norm, yeah. If you honestly think Kevin Hart making some dumb shit statement in what may have been a funny joke, maybe it wasn't, right? And you see that as an attack on your person, keep in mind, Jews had people try to exterminate them multiple fucking times. And if you look at, you know, really genuinely funny, witty Jewish comedians these days, let's go with an alt comedian like Ari Shaffir. Like, there is nothing that is off limits, because when you make a thing that is funny, you take all the power out of the hate. But if you freak out and start saying that somebody shouldn't deserve the right to host the Oscars, or that people need to be held account to things constantly, then you're giving every ounce of their unintentional comment power. Now, it's funny, too, because we can look to someone like Sarah Silverman, who has made a bit of a name for herself over the last several years, doing basically poorly done vlogs saying, I'm walking to my car in the secure parking lot of this studio. I hope I don't get raped, because rape culture, right? Like, Sarah Silverman is an embarrassment to Jewish comedy, because Jewish comedy is the kind of thing that says we can make jokes about ourselves and survive anything. And then even tonight from 2010, oh wow, she was calling the Bachelorette a faggot. Wow, not my words, Sarah Silverman's. But take a cue from us Jews, yeah. If you feel as though the whole world fucking hates you, they don't. But even if they do, if you can make it funny, you win. But if you act like a little bitch about it all the time and demand that people not get jobs, sorry, you just handed them a victory, you sad fucks.
Yeah, so essentially what we're trying to say here is if you let a joke like this get to you, that's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't hit women.
Oh, yeah.
Drop kick them.
Don't
it's
hit
way more
women.
effective. They'll go down like a sack of shit, but only if they killed your dog. That bitch chokes your dog to death. You drop kick her right there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, you pop right in the parking lot, right in front of her and her grandma and her kids from 3 different husbands. You just drop kick her right in the fucking chest. She busts her tailbone.
Oh my god, that's fucking amazing, Jeff. It's like, I don't know if it's just a natural thing, but apparently anytime anybody's making comments about domestic violence, they turn into somebody from Massachusetts.
I was gonna say, did Jeff turn into Mark Wahlberg for a couple?
That was impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Damn.
What's going on?
Go see my new movie, Transformers 15. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be lit.
Just give me a minute. Can somebody just give me a minute?
No, it's the greatest thing. Like, go see Transformers 15, and when you get out, you can get a Wahlburger. It's literally like 0.2 pounds of beef with about 6 pounds onions on top of it, because we're original.
I had a Wahlburger on the flight back from Europe.
What the?
At the beginning of this year. Well, not on the flight, but in the airport before the flight.
Oh, okay.
And
wait, hang on. Sorry, do they have Wahlburger in Logan now?
all I know is I've puked immediately afterward.
Nice. Hey, you know what? That's the secret. That's how you really enjoy the burger. The Wahlburger, we make it very special, okay? Listen here. We take the beef. We take the beef.
It's falling apart.
Hang on. No. Look.
You're in New York?
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it.
All right, this is what you got to do with the Wahlburger. You take the burger, you throw it on the goddamn floor of the kitchen. Will you shut the fuck up, huh? Huh?
Goddamn.
Goddamn. Look, can I tell my story? You throw the meat on the fucking kitchen floor. Alright? You pick it up, you brush it off, then you serve it to the customer. You know why? So when they puke up, they taste it twice, okay? That's why. Wahlburger, baby. Bam! Right in the face, in your goddamn keister. You're gonna shit blood. You're gonna love it. You'll come back for more.
You know what, Jeff? He nailed it the second he said customer.
Yeah. I knew what I was doing if you just shut the fuck up,
yeah,
Nick.
But he also used the consonant of R in the word flaw.
Floor.
Throw the burger on the floor.
On the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah. FLAWH. Flaw.
Jesus fucking Christ. You
Yeah,
fucking
this guy doesn't
mooks.
even know what he's fucking talking about.
The fuck you even doing over here? Alright, anyway. You fucking galoots. Yeah,
Anyways,
dragon in the west.
Best of luck to Kevin Hart in his future endeavors as a Starbucks barista. You can apologize there. They won't accept it, but they'll still tip you.
I really like porn. Anyway, Dragon in the West says some more cash to make your season bright. To pay for getting Nick some more jazz cabbage. Could you guys please have Hugo and Jake on a future episode? Also, which midweek was Jake on? He was on a regular episode, actually. We had Jake on.
And actually,
no, wait. I think maybe we did have Jake on a midweek.
Jake was on a regular episode, but isn't it like Hugo won't do other shows or something?
I don't know. I never actually asked you because I'd only really talked to Jake, and then I just recently did a chick tract with them both and got to finally meet Hugo, and he was great. I don't know. Maybe he'd be down. I mentioned it to him, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe we'll work it out." So.
Yeah, no, I mean, it'd be great to have him on. I think I want to say I remember might have been you saying that, like, yeah, Jake's down, but Hugo doesn't like to do other shows.
I don't know if I ever said that. Maybe.
Well,
I might have.
You know what,
I might have. I don't know.
Here's a fun thing. I don't know if you saw it in the Twitter DMs, Jeff, but Jeffrey Combs is aware of our show.
Jeffrey Combs?
Yeah.
The Jeffrey Combs?
Yes. Go look at your Twitter DMs. I sent you a screenshot.
The fucking cocksucker? What?
Ass kissing with you.
Yeah.
No way. Dude.
Yeah.
No way.
Mr. himself.
No way. What?
just-
Oh my god, okay. You know what?
Got a guest right here.
You know what? If we could get Jeffrey Combs on this show, we'd be hitting the big time, baby. That'd be amazing. It'd be unbelievable. I can't keep that up. I can't keep it up. I'm sorry. But no, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
I love Jeffrey Combs.
You'd be excited about that.
Stop the ass kissing.
I
And he's
would
apparently
be
like,
permanently erect.
yeah, I know, but like then you'd have to decide like was it Tran? Was it Wayun? Was it Darn? Which one did you like the best?
West. Herbert West. Yeah, absolutely. Or FBI agent Chalmers. No, wait, it wasn't Chalmers. Shit, what was it? That was the superintendent of the Simpsons. IMDb Frighteners.
Oh yes, we had the hemorrhoid ring.
Yeah. He had the hemorrhoid ring, and where is he? Milton Dammers, Agent Dammers. That's what it was. Agent Dammers. My body is a roadmap of pain. Yes. Fucking love Jeffrey Combs. Yes.
Yeah. So just to explain to people though today, so I've been working on a series that I'm going to be producing on my own channel about why sci-fi is important, and then I realized talking about Star Trek will take several videos, much in the way it takes up several minutes of this show on a weekly basis. But all the same, I asked William Shatner if he would give me a sort of shrugging. It wasn't bad. Now, I knew Shatner wouldn't do it, but I asked him anyway, and then I said, well, maybe I could get Marina Frakes or LeVar Burton or Jonathan Frakes, or Marina Sirtis, Jonathan Frakes, LeVar Burton to do so. Didn't get any response from them, and then I realized, like, wait a second, my favorite actor from the show, spanning multiple series, has been Jeffrey Combs. And I'm like, fuck it. Does he have a Twitter? Hey, look at that. It's not verified, but that's clearly his Twitter. And, yeah, he was liking every single fucking tweet about not only how great he was on Star Trek, but also liking a tweet saying, would you be a guest on YouTube Saints? So, I would say, Jeff, actually, I will send you a link to that tweet. We should put that in the description, and then everyone watching this from here until the end of time can retweet it, so Jeffrey Combs knows that he actually needs to come on YouTube Saints.
All over me.
Sorry, folks, that I'm not Jeffrey Combs. Welcome to the Jeffrey Combs episode of YouTube Saints.
Actually, yeah, I'm sorry too. We couldn't get Jeffrey Combs. Vernaculis is sort of a backup.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Jesus! All right. Anyway,
it's a dark time for the show. Is all I'm saying.
Crab90 says hitting.
I'm glad that whenever I'm on the show, you guys are scraping the bottom of the barrel.
What the? No, Absolutely. No. There is a
You'll know
bottom.
that
There is a
happens when
bottom. We
Happy
have.
and Miles just kind of get.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh wow, that was a good one.
Just a joke.
No,
Love you
I know.
guys.
No. It's good.
I don't think he was talking to you.
No, I was talking to Nick. Yeah. Anyway,
Here's the thing, Justin. I'll just say this much: like, don't ever worry about not feeling like a real journalist, because that label means nothing.
yeah, especially these days. Crab90 says hitting women is not necessary if you keep the basement chains properly greased. Oh.
Jesus.
He's one of my favorite people, honestly, Crab.
Giovanni Leviana says, I finished sorting my porn folder and I'm here, so you can start the show now. Oh, that's good. I would never even attempt to sort mine.
No, she was done, but then we mentioned Jeffrey Combs. Now she needs to go reorganize things.
I wonder if there's been any Wayun porn made.
Oh,
it has to.
I'm sure there will be after this show.
Hey. Dragon of the West says, Jeff's accent ran up and down the East Coast. I was waiting for him to do a Savannah accent. I'm not even attempting to do a Southern accent even remotely. I can't do one unless I'm down there, and when I'm down there, it immediately kicks in.
Nah, you know what you need to do, man, is you need to watch Star Trek Enterprise, because then you'll pick up on Trip's accent, and it's a pure hick, nondescript.
That's not
hick
Southern.
accent.
That's not Southern. That's just hick.
No, well, no, it's
not Southern. That's
in the
hick.
South long enough to understand. Basically, like, Trip sounds like he's from Florida, because he is.
Yeah.
And it's the only time I've ever actually heard a Florida accent spoken by a character I grew to respect.
There's a difference between a Southern accent and a cracker accent, all right? There's a difference.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Savannah needs to be like molasses dripping from your lips.
That is much better, thank you. Tormented Tony says there was once a guy called Jeff whose dreads are so long they take your breath. There once was a guy named Jeff whose dreads are so long they take away your breath. But now he's cut them and no longer I no longer trust them. Fuck, I'm gonna start over again. There once was a guy called Jeff whose dreads are so long they could take away your breath. But now he's cut them. I no longer trust him. And Wizard of Cod's the best.
Ooh.
By the way,
all right.
Quick reminder too, Wednesday was actually repeal day. And
drunks around the world celebrate it.
You know what I mean.
Gamers rise up!
Shit. Yeah. They're
Gangweed gang gang! Gangweed gang gang!
See, look, he's trying to drown us out now.
Isn't that what everybody says? That's what the kids say these days?
No, it's we live in a society, gamers rise up, there's some other third thing.
Thank you, SpongeBob.
Gangweed. All right, let's go. Article time. All right, next article. Nick, you're up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, this is, y'all heard about this. France's Yellow Vest protests. Apparently, according to, well, before we get into this, apparently, according to some, let's call them classical liberals. No, let's not call them classical liberals. All the same.
Where is this going?
They were chanting, we want Trump, except they fucking weren't. Yeah, but the France's Yellow Vest protest, the movement has put Paris on edge. I mean, they have not been so nervous since well-dressed Germans showed up. Paris, the broken glass.
Okay.
And empty tear gas canisters have been swept away. Oh, I get it. Now, all of a sudden, broken glass in Europe's not anti-Semitic. Okay. I'm sure it was broken during the day. and graffiti scrubbed off major monuments, among them the Arc de Triomphe. After a weekend of violent protests in the capital by a grassroots movement calling itself the Yellow Vests. What a poorly written sentence. Alyssa, Ruben, you should be shamed. The cost of repairing the Arc de Triomphe, apart from the graffiti, there was damage to artifacts kept inside. Good job, protesters! Nothing like smashing your own actual culture and heritage to prove that you will defend it. Could reach 1 million euros. That's about $1.15 million, according to the Center for National Monuments. On Monday, merchants and government officials were still assessing the total property damage. More than 260 people were wounded nationwide. At least 3 died outside of Paris on the margins of the protest over the last 3 weekends. More than 400 people were arrested in Paris. The government kept an aloof stance toward the protest until late last week.
Aloof? Sacre bleu!
It's almost as though the French refuse to admit there is a problem until they cannot deny it any longer. Hoping the movement would peter out. How many Peters are there in France? Tell me now.
Peter.
Now the government is shifting its approach. Who are the Yellow Vests? The movement originated in May when... I'm not going to do this because it's grating. When a woman named Priscilla Ludowski, a Pole...
Ludowski. Ho ho. Sacre bleu. Let's go.
Who has internet cosmetics business and lives in the suburbs of southeast Paris.
Oppressed minority.
Calling for a drop in gas prices. This is the difference between France and America. In France, you can sell cosmetics online and bitch about gas prices on the internet and launch a fucking change.org petition.
Yeah,
and you'll end up with nationwide riots.
I want to know what the Yellow Vests' like specific political persuasion is, if there is one. Because I've seen the Yellow Vest like strategy before.
This is the thing, Justin. You need to pay attention to Twitter because, like, you know, if you look to like Jack Probiotic, whatever his name is, or our dear friend Paul Joseph Watson, they were chanting "We want Trump" in the streets, even though the video that they found was of a double-decker bus in London. And that unfortunate. All the same, she broke down the price into its components, noting that taxes made up more than half of the cost in France. Per liter, lead-free gas was 1.41 euros on Sunday, or about $6 per gallon. You guys have a rail system. Fuck you. The petition went mostly unnoticed until October, when Eric Duray, a truck driver from the same area as Ms. Ledusky, ran across it and circulated amongst his Facebook friends. Good job, Zuck! Good job! Zuck, you and your friends, you made this happen.
Okay,
newspapers began writing about the petition, and the number of signatures skyrocketed from 700 to 200,000. Today it has 1.15 million signatures and counting.
Okay, can we teal-deer this just a little bit? So, one of the big problems...
I can't suck my testicles that far up into my own waistband to get there, but please.
I didn't mean it quite like that. But what I was going to say was, so one of the big problems of this is that Macron, he wanted to put even more taxes onto gas, and this is done to try and compel the people into using more mass transit, using more electric cars or hybrid cars, basically to incentivize the people to start basically trying to whittle themselves away from carbon fuels, which is very short-sighted because a lot of France is rural. There's a lot of people who live out in the fucking country. There are a lot of farmers in France who can't buy a fucking Tesla or a Volt or don't got the bus that comes anywhere near their fucking house. So obviously he had a bunch of pissed off people. But here's the thing. Rioting in France is a part of national pride. It's a part of historical, precedent. France always revolts. France always rages and protests and shit. That's how you know France is healthy. Because they're rioting. Because they're protesting. But for some reason...
That's how you know France is alive.
Otherwise, it's like... I assume it's still there. And still pretentious and still annoying. But, whatever. And then you know that they still exist because, they get pissed off about something and then they go and tear up the streets. But here in America,
burn Paris down.
Because so many people have such a short fucking memory, they're like, oh, Europe is burning! France is burning! Everything's burning! It must be Antifa, or it must be the fucking alt. No, it's not. It's people pissed off over gas. Calm the fuck down. Europe's not burning. Mm-hmm. And already Macron was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. And then everybody's like, oh, okay. And it's over. It's done.
And then the fantastic thing too is part of the protests were rooted in that the notion that they wanted to they wanted to push a gas tax, yeah, while not doing anything about the tax burdens or subsidies that France enjoys, which every other wealthy Western nation affords to its better classes. I'm sorry, I don't mean to channel inner Milo here. I mean, I know I've got a Patreon, but I still have one. So, but let's actually, you know what? Let's turn this over, because here's the thing: those who participate are predominantly men and women who rely on their cars to get to work and take care of their families. In the mix were small-town business owners, independent contractors, farmers, home aides, nurses, and truck drivers. They live and work primarily in rural towns and in the suburbs or exurbs. I've not encountered that term before, to be honest with you. Of France's big cities, many earning... I'm guessing that probably means the metropolitan suburbs. Let's ask our journalist. Burn! You're on the spot. Break it all down for us and make it make sense.
What, the French thing?
Yes, Vern, the French thing.
No, I've been focused on other stuff. I've been worried about the clash between Russia and Ukraine recently. But this is the big YouTube story that people have been focusing on. But
oh yeah.
Well, listen,
I've been looking at other stuff.
Listen, the fires in the Ukraine, those were set by Russians. No one's surprised by that. The fires in Paris, they were set by French people. We're still amazed they know how to make fire. So, what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, it's all over now at this point, right?
There's still
Are you saying we should abolish France?
All
right. There's okay.
So I'm saying Frexit.
There is still some okay. That's good, actually. That's good. Let's see. We need. You know what we need. You know what we need. You know what we need. We need a team of people with the jackhammers. We come out there in between the border. We're going to hammer at the border, and we're going to take France, and we are going to leave.
We're going to make an island. Although, to be fair, I have dreamed of putting shape charges around the state of New Hampshire, separating it from the continental landmass, and then dropping it somewhere in the North Atlantic, just so it could be somebody else's problem. So
why does everybody with a French accent sound like Marlon Brando?
I don't know. I don't
You know
know.
what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Did
Yeah,
Marlon Brando ever fuck a retard? I'm asking because I honestly don't know.
No, yeah, I don't know. That's deep trivia. I don't know.
That's some deep lore right there, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Oh, wait. What's happening? Excusez-moi, I heard somebody was talking about the retard and the French people.
Oh, no.
I'm the trash man. If the people of France want to make a new country, it could be an ethno state.
You know what? It's like, of all of the nations of the world, I can imagine that the white nations of Europe would probably be like, do you really want to section off, cordon off, and somehow purify a landmass for your ethno-state? We'll give you ports and parts of France. How about that? Does that work for you? And then just never bother anyone else after that. Leave Spain alone and don't ever cross the channel, and you just stay there in France. And it's like, well, what about the French? Well, if the French don't like it, they can fight back.
No, I mean, like, it's fine though. Like, yeah. It got kind of confusing. It got very convoluted because it was originally about gas prices. Everybody and their fucking dog shows up and they want to make it about their pet issue. This is about immigration. No, it's about gas prices. It's about immigration now. Shut the fuck up. Same thing happened with Occupy. Occupy was all talking about income disparity. Yeah. All about income disparity, 1%.
No.
What?
And then they got ketchup to appear on the Colbert Report.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no. Listen, I was there on the ground from day one.
You remember ketchup?
Here's the problem with ketchup, right? Like, we tried to go out one time, and she expected a good communist, and I told her, well, there's no way we can continue going out because communists never managed to really go Dutch. But
okay, well, Nick, you wanted to postulate, you wanted to wax poetic about Occupy, so go ahead.
no, I mean, the thing about Occupy was actually it was fundamentally and originally supposed to be about the corporate corruption of our elections and the way in which corporate entities and especially banks managed to run roughshod over any candidate that came about. It started out that way, and then it became sort of this bring your own cause deal.
Well, yeah,
where
when I was
when
I was saying income disparity, what I was talking about was that the wealthy wielded unimaginable power in our socio-political system, which is true, and protesting the corruption of the government in regards to corruption or towards corporations. But yeah, no, it became everybody's pet issue. Here in Eugene, all of a sudden it was all about save the bees. GMOs are bad. Vaccines cause autism.
Oh, Christ, no, Boston, it was funny because it turned into a whole big fight about MTA fares. Fucking train fares, right? And it was funny because I remember even actually when Occupy Boston was going, and of all of the Occupy camps I ever actually visited and spent time with and actually lived with, like I pitched a tent and lived with these people, Boston was honestly the most impressive because they had a full, it was a village. They had this, it was like a muddy road community, and there was a pantry.
We had that.
And it was the funniest thing because none of the feminists ever actually went, maybe it was just they felt it would be too cliche, but none of the feminists ever actually showed up while they were in their prayer circle, fucking drum circle, anti-rape tents. They could never emerge
There's an
to go and
anti-rape
clean
tent?
dishes.
Neat.
Oh no, there was a small hooch set up at the forward side of the public square that was taken over.
The public space?
It was a drum circle sort of thing to ward off rapists. Meanwhile, nobody actually did dishes.
Most people don't know this.
Nobody cleaned up.
Most people don't know this. Rapists hate drums.
Yeah. They're kind of like snakes. It's like the whole St. Patrick's thing. If you bang out enough of a rhythm, they'll just crawl off into the sea. It's amazing. But yeah, no. The pantry was overridden with unwashed dishes and unkept food, And strangely enough, this is what really blew my mind in the days of Occupy Boston. The people who took the most strident investment and hold of making the village work were the Black Flag anarchists.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's fucking bizarre.
Wow.
But yeah, while the feminist set would show up during the day and then go back to their dorms and not actually camp there.
Yeah.
And while that was going on, the Black Flag anarchists not only did the most work. Yes, that was a slip of the tongue, but I'm not going to correct it.
Wow.
The Black Flag anarchists did a really good job of keeping the village working, cleaning the dishes, making sure the food pantries were stocked, making sure that the bicycle electrical generators were working so the streams could happen. But also, when their really radical notions of what should be done, like what the next action march should be, were voted down in the General Assembly, even though they would posture and say, we will take our ball and go home, they stood by the democratic process in those camps and actually stood by it and accepted the decisions which went against them, and even got to a point where when the labor unions decided they would launch bullshit marches against companies they didn't like, and the entire camp would go along with it, these Black Flag kids, even though they were fundamentally opposed to it, would go for it. And it's a sad thing that I can look back to 2011 and say,
Wow.
the anarchists were kind of the most sensible people there.
Okay. Have you ever seen Microw's video on Occupy DC?
Mm-mm.
No.
It's called The Raging Vibrator of Death.
Ooh.
And it's amazing, and he talks about having like a similar experience. He said like the college activist types would join up during the day. They'd come in, give a few speeches, rabble rouse a little bit, and then fuck off to someone's loft.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he said a lot of the people who were in like the village itself were homeless.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't want to help. And like on occasion, these like college activist types would get themselves arrested for some like petty offense, go to jail, have their parents pay the $100 fine, and then leave thinking that they got something done.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bullshit. The one, hang on. The one, I was in a bunch of different Occupy stuff here and there. My favorite though was during the Occupy the Port shutdown in Portland, when they went and basically were stopping trucks from getting to the port to like load up shit for whatever reason. Me and this weird anarchist collective that I was hanging out with for a while decided to go down there, and we roll up on the protest, and everybody's like got their all chants and shit. We roll up in a black ambulance that says Project Mayhem on the side. We all pile out with our fucking like crazy ass anarchist gear. Everybody's got a fucking mohawk or dreadlocks. And I spent the only thing I really remember about the Occupy protest that was actually any fun was we made a chain of 3 megaphones to my cell phone, and we started playing Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Because everybody's like, the people of Florida's will never be
divided.
Whatever, yeah. And they're all shouting and shit, and we're like, dun, 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 dun. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And these pasty white goth fucking industrial kids are like bouncing around. It was great. It was great. It was amazing. We were drunk
One of the things I can share, which it's funny because like I recently finished up my series of my days with the union, right? So after I got booted the fuck out of SEIU for standing up for workers, actually. Yeah, irony. It piles on top of itself. But one of the things that was most notable is I was still on Facebook, and I kept in touch with people from my union days at the time. And when Occupy really kicked off just about the time that they let me go. And I was still in communication with a lot of my old friends from the campaigns, and one of them was sent off to Chicago, which was like his hometown. And he was telling me how he was actually being taken off of worker organizing campaigns. This is SEIU, the Service Employees International Union, was taking organizers off of worker campaigns and sending them into Occupy camps with very defined goals of, oh, you need to get them to side with us on our political ideals, right? What I loved about it was because they operated on that direct democracy General Assembly thing they had going on, that what you ended up getting was these organizers, none of whom at that point gave a fuck about SEIU's agenda, but really liked the energy of these movements going on. They'd go down there with money and tents and coats and materials, and they'd give it all up, right? And then they would try, supposedly, to get the General Assembly to go along with SEIU's plans. And time again, the Chicago Occupy camp apparently gladly took all of the material and financial support that this dog shit union was willing to offer. And then when it came to a vote, they would say, well, we were really appreciative of everything you've given us, but no, we're going to go do this thing now, which we've all voted on ourselves. So thank you for the coats and the tents and the money and the food and all of that. If you want to come along, great. If not, kindly go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Dragon of the West says, it is so good to hear that you pink skins are known by Shrine of Andoria. It would be badass if he came on the podcast. Hell yeah,
We'll get
dude.
him.
We'll get him. We'll get him at one point.
It's happening.
Crab90 says, here's a joke. Why does France have so many civil wars? So they can actually win for a change.
Ba-da-ba.
Ooh. Damn, son.
I don't know why. I heard the punchline to that one even before the joke was finished.
Schwa, 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 shit. George H.W. Bush was the first president in nearly 50 years to have a train memorial, and thousands showed up to pay their respects. Apparently, there's a screaming baby. Wah! So, President George H.W. Bush's body traveled via train to its final resting place in College Station, Texas on Thursday. Nearly a week after the 41st president died at 94. His casket was loaded aboard a locomotive numbered 4141, which had a car specially outfitted with clear side panels so people could pay their respects to the former commander-in-chief as the train rolled by. Thousands of people showed up to do just that, carrying flags and signs or placing coins along the tracks to be flattened by the memorial train. That's kind of cute. Train traveled from Houston, where a second memorial service is held, to his presidential library and memorial, where he was interred in his family plot with his wife, Barbara Bush, and daughter Robin Bush, who died at age 3 of leukemia. Aww. First train memorial procession in nearly 50 years. The last one was Eisenhower, and the first was for Abraham Lincoln. He died last Friday. His casket lay in state in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda on Monday, and the service is held in Washington National Cathedral on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes, Herbert Walker Bush. He did. Now, Nick, you had something else here that I needed to bring up here. So
yeah, this was actually, and this was something of a difficult thing for me to wrap my head around. And this is something actually I think like we could all do more with. The video you're about to watch is of, well, outside of Donald Trump, I would say the worst president in modern history. George W. Bush, a warmongering corporate stooge.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's one of these things when like you're sort of forced to recognize the common humanity that we all share, because this is gonna suck to watch, but this video of him actually, like, this is not George W. Bush, the warmongering bastard who ruined the world. This is actually a man mourning the loss of his father. And I thought it was actually, I found it rather touching to watch, because it reminded me that as much as I hate him and everything he's done, there's still a human being under there. And it was rather touching.
Okay, we're not watching the whole fucking thing because it's 12 goddamn minutes long.
No, you find the part where he's all teary and shit.
I swear to God. So do you have the My Circle open, Vernaculis?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Let's.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
Today
I
marks the
personally
final
found
day
this
of
remarkable.
remembrances of
No.
Yeah, I found this remarkable specifically
I
because
swear to
W is terrible. Trump makes me miss W.
Uh-huh. This is... You gotta find these videos not actually on a website, because if I try and find it on a website, nobody can hear it except for me and the audience. You guys can't hear it while it's playing.
Well, I can hear it.
I heard it.
No, I know. That's because I tried to pull it up. Like, here, hang on. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me try and get this. Jesus Christ, Nick.
I think they have a clip of it on C-SPAN, like the YouTube C-SPAN, and I think it's around like the 10-minute mark, 9-10 minute.
10-minute
Yeah.
mark. Okay.
Never mind.
As late as possible.
10-minute mark. Yeah.
I like
With
that.
her. He was dedicated to her totally. In his old age, Dad enjoyed watching police show reruns. The volume on high. All the while holding Mom's hand.
He's
After Mom
I gotta
died,
say
Dad
this,
was
too.
strong, but all he really wanted to do was hold Mom's hand again.
with what we're dealing with now
Of
for
course, Dad taught me
president.
another special lesson. He showed me what it means to be a president who
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's actually W is actually like when we compare it to what we have to deal with now. I hate to say it, W's kind of charming.
Well, he was always charming. No, he was always charming in his own way. The problem is, and it's the same problem that you had with HW, is that while they were in power, they were ultimately being their strings pulled by fuckheads like Karl Rove, like them,
Dick Cheney.
or Dick Cheney. Yeah, like I mean, they themselves, like Herbert Walker Bush, he did some shady, terrible shit, but at the same time, he also did
CIA.
he did some decent shit too. But you can trace, and it's not even like it's a secret. It's an open secret that everybody understands, is that all of the fucking god awful shit that happened on both their watches, more so W here, was all because of other people. Other people, like, basically pushing him into doing just god-awful fucking things. So, I mean, it's still his responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know...
No doubt.
But, like, if you're really gonna, like, levy the hammer of terrible things that happen, you know, you should at least know who the fuck was actually pulling the strings on it. Anyway, let's go.
who serves with integrity, leads with courage, and acts with love in his heart for the citizens of our country. When the history books are written, they will say that George H.W. Bush was a great president of the United States, a diplomat of unmatched skill, a commander-in-chief of formidable accomplishment, and a gentleman who executed the duties of his office with dignity and honor. In his inaugural address, the 41st President of the United States said this: "We can."
What the
What the
fuck?
fuck is
Jesus, Bill.
what, you fucking goblin? Oh
Bill,
my god.
Bill Clinton's face looks like he's about to shovel out a whole handful of dirt.
Not hope only to leave our children a bigger car, a bigger bank account. We must hope to give them a sense of what it means to be a loyal friend, a loving parent, a citizen who leaves his home, his neighborhood, and town better than he found it. What do we want the men and women who work with us to say when we are no longer there? That we were more driven to succeed than anyone around us? Or that we stopped to ask if a sick child had gotten better?
Isn't it crazy that Jimmy Carter is still alive? That's so wild.
Nah,
Jimmy.
Jimmy's gonna outlive everybody just because he's busy like building homes for the homeless.
He's a fucking
And,
vampire.
like he's not a vampire. He's a goddamn. He's a fucking saint. The guy, he's gonna be sustained on his own goodwill until like the cells in his body finally say, "Nah, it's too much."
Now Kissinger's still alive too, so.
I like how everybody's fucking frozen, and I have Nick's giant face behind Vernaculis.
And stayed a moment there to trade a word of friendship. Well, Dad, we're going to remember you for exactly that and much more. And we're going to miss you. Your decency, sincerity, and kind soul will stay with us forever. So through our tears, let us know the blessings of knowing and loving you.
Jab.
A great and noble man. The best father a son or daughter could have. And in our grief, let us smile knowing that Dad is hugging Robin and holding Mom's hand again.
Aww.
I personally, I take a certain level of personal pride in the fact that I can actually, despite everything I know and feel and think about W and everything that his administration did, that I can actually extend human empathy to understand and feel what that was, because that was just a man burying his father.
Yeah, and it's a tough one.
Yeah, and if you're gonna go the salon.com route of trying to take a shit on that, your humanity is fucking forfeit. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, terrible goddamn human being. If there's a special place in hell for Dick Cheney and George W. Bush, if such a thing exists, yeah, there's a special place in hell waiting for them. But there's a special place in hell waiting for anybody who cannot actually recognize common humanity that exists between people when they see things such as genuine human pain, regardless of who it comes from.
Yeah. I have to be extra animated because, I'm the only thing that's animated on the screen.
Oh my god. Fucking Skype!
Wait, is Nick frozen?
I'm always frozen.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I'm frozen. Yes, I'm frozen. I don't know the lyrics to the song.
Yeah, never go full salon.
No, don't go full salon. Yeah, I mean, relishing in somebody else's death. Nah, fuck it, man. It's a dick bag maneuver. It's a dick bag maneuver. Fuck them.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Well, when Castro died, I relished that for a little bit, and that's not,
Damn. Okay.
it's not like,
I
like,
would
do you know what I mean? I feel like there's a level of badness that, like, you can, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you were alive when, like, do you get what I'm saying, though?
No, I do.
I would.
Look! These fucking cockroaches! Castro, he take everything from me, these fucking cockroaches! Nah, I get it, dude, I get it. I get all Scarface on that shit. I fucking hate Castro, too. I hope he's in hell. Fuck that piece of shit. I came over on a door. Wait, what? What are we talking about?
I found myself, and it's a struggle too. Here's the thing: like, being a decent human being and understanding empathy and common humanity is not easy, and it's the kind of thing you actually have to try for. But at the same time, like, I like to think that I'm the kind of person that can look at the worst human being on Earth, right, and hope that at the very least, maybe they could come around to understanding what made them bad. And understand that it was bad, because there's no undoing bad shit that's done.
And we here on the YouTube Saints, we're very pro good things and anti bad things.
Exactly.
That's right.
Me too. Absolutely.
And hey,
and good, yeah. Well, and good things encompass bad people understanding how bad they were, or at least understand. I mean, because, like, you know what, we could watch George W. Bush crying over the death of his father, and we could ask ourselves, how many deaths were ordered by his word that he never cried for?
All of them.
I mean, like, but like, I'm sure everybody's seen that, like, Hitchens clip when he's on Anderson Cooper's show talking about Jerry Falwell.
Oh, right? Yeah.
I remember
Right.
when Falwell died in college, people were in my class, they were celebrating, and my impression was that, well, nah, he's dead. Talking shit about him doesn't hurt him any. And it's not a good, I mean, it's a good thing he doesn't get to spread the bullshit and do the bad things that he was doing, but all the same, I mean, it's a human being who died. That's not something to be celebrated.
So, there we go.
Told you I was feeling Jedi.
What's going on?
Oh, it's something to be happy.
Oh, right.
Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording,
I'm super hard right now, floating in a spaceship, waxing my fucking carrot, thinking about your lush lips and your goop vaginal fucking eggs. Ugh.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
was that?
Gwyneth
What
Paltrow.
was that?
Gwyneth
What
Paltrow.
was
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop and her company Goop, and they sell people vaginal eggs, and you're supposed to put the egg up in the vagina in the hoo-ha, gonna make your vagina super tight.
I don't think I'm ever gonna understand what just happened.
Yeah, just go with it, baby.
Listen, he was just really regretting the fact there weren't enough nutrients in that helmet so that when he fitted up Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, she could get a supposed benefit from it.
No, like a
I
billionaire
will
boyfriend.
never be in an I will never be in an MCU film.
don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds.
Oh wait, we didn't
Food and
introduce
water
this.
ran out 4 days ago.
Everybody knows what it is.
Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning.
That's why my dick's so fucking hard. I swear
By
to
the
God,
way,
David
you-
Carradine was a
you might-
pussy. David Carradine was a pussy. You don't just choke yourself. You oxygen deprive a fucking life support system, and then you fucking beat off until it starts floating up your man milk all over the zero gravity atmosphere. Get on my level, you
By the way-
fucking pussy.
By the way,
Yeah.
if none of you were aware, that is actually a director's cut episode of Battlestar Galactica Jeff's referencing.
That's true.
Oh, I thought he was just a really, really die-hard Gwyneth Paltrow fan.
Well,
That
why
too.
are they mutually exclusive?
I don't know. It could have not been a show he was referencing.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, but this is the. Wait a second. Is this something different? No, this is not something different. This is news. Yeah, so in the news, Avengers is happening again.
Yay.
Continue.
When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
And the
And for those
and the $6,000
not-
solid gold dildo you sell on your website.
and for those who are not immediately familiar, by
This
the
is true.
way, this is also Robert Downey Jr.'s very desperate attempt to recreate scenes from both Moon and Solar. He's doing a good job, I think.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry, dude. Okay, no, Vernie, I was totally wrong. It wasn't $6,000. No. Check it out. $15,000 solid gold vibrator. That's right. Totally forgot about that. Yep, Gwyneth Paltrow sells
What?
that, by the way,
Why?
because people will pay it.
How many of those have sold? I want a number.
Last I checked, they were sold out. I don't know what that means. It could have been like 10.
So,
It could have been 100.
it's like, well, let's tally up Gwyneth Paltrow's filmography here, figure out what kind of residual she can actually afford to put up front capital. I would say they're sold out after 3.
I like to think that all of them were bought by Vera Farmiga because, like, I just want to think about her playing with herself with. Never mind. Anyway, so
Jeff's got at least 8.
I want them to be bought by Elon Musk, and he's gonna line the inside of his space cruiser.
Launch
like
it
a
into space.
Yeah, fuck, textured wall of vibrators. Like, where'd they come from?
That'll be
Gwyneth
how the aliens
Paltrow.
are introduced to humanity. Is just that product. And then they find it. They've got no idea what
Thanos did
It's Thanos!
exactly what he said he was going to do.
Oh my god!
it's got the gauntlet on.
He wiped out
Oh my god!
50%.
He's always crying. Captain America's crying.
Captain America's crying, everybody.
That's when you know something bad
That
happened.
he was crying because Orange Man bad. I mean, Purple Man bad too, but Orange Man really bad.
I'm
Trump
so
doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, okay? He can't do he can't do that much bad stuff, okay?
I'm
Not
so
yet.
I'm so glad that the Black Widow, whatever her fucking name is, finally decided to stop stealing the roles of Asian women and just be happy with the fact she's never gonna get a standalone fucking Black Widow movie. That's what society's been trying to tell her all along. Stay in your lane.
I'm very underwhelmed by both Black Widow and Hawkeye as I mean they're like fourth tier.
They're not even
Okay.
good characters in the comics.
You what's she good at? Fighting? Oh good. All the other Avengers are also good at fighting. Like what do you contribute to the team? You know?
Look at this image though, because what we're getting right here though, we're getting a really in-depth sort of like really heavy character analysis, because you can tell Black Widow is deeply affected by the fact that 50% of all life in the universe has been extinguished, and you can tell because look at her roots.
She has not touched them up in 3 days.
Thanos literally killed like 50% of all living creatures.
Yeah, which means that Revlon
my
can't
God.
put out the blonde hair dye she needs to keep herself up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Half of humanity is dead.
And my eyebrows don't match my hair.
Yeah, I got you. I got you, you bastard.
Now you see the fun of the show. If he's not being paid to take shots that kill him, it's making him die in this way.
Fuck me. Holy shit. All right, let's go.
Of all living creatures.
We lost. All of us. You lost friends. You lost family. We lost a part of ourselves.
The most boring fucking character in the entire MCU, everybody. Thank you. Awesome. Good. Hey.
No, the least powerful one.
Did he just slice open the inside of his elbow?
He used the world's most ineffective and stupid looking katana to wipe some ketchup off of his leather jacket.
Listen, guys, if you
fuck
want to
me.
go and make it, if you want to make fun of an MCU cutter who understands like there's nothing that's gonna make him stand out unless people pay attention to him, you go right ahead.
Fucking Delete VR says Black Widow's superpowers. She can't have babies.
Oh shit.
That's a fucking superpower in my world.
That's so bad. Oh
Good
my god.
goddamn.
I'm never getting a job with
I-
Comedy Central at this point. Fuck me.
No.
All right.
This is the fight of our lives.
This is gonna work, Steve.
What is?
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
That's what I said with YouTube. Holy shit.
You could be Captain America.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. That's what I said in lieu of the whole internet blood sports thing. This has to work because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't. So, and here we are.
Okay, so
By the way-
you're Captain America of the Saints, right? Is that what we've established here?
Well, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm Tony Stark floating on a ship waiting to die. But all right, yeah,
But you're not.
that'll
But
work.
you're not any good at technology.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got you there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also,
I don't care
nobody-
as long as I get to
nobody
be
gives a-
Hulk.
Also, actually, no, hang on. Between the three of us, nobody gives a shit about me. yet I can still be more cutting than everybody. Am I Hawkeye?
You might be.
Good night.
Good night, Hawkeye.
Nick, ladies and gentlemen. The Avengers A.
Endgame.
Don't worry, Brie Larson's gonna come through and save everyone somehow.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Oh wait, that's she's the one playing Captain Marvel, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
playing,
reserving.
that's a very relative term.
I'm reserving judgment until I see it. Maybe they do have a really good team behind Captain Marvel. A really good director, screenwriter's pretty all right. Good cinematographer. Like it might actually be pretty good. And if it's good, then that will lend to her being good in Endgame. So I don't know. Maybe.
It's never it's never worth judging a movie ahead of time, right? When I heard Paul Rudd was playing Ant-Man, I thought to myself, wow. The side character from James Franco movies is playing a superhero I've never given a fuck about. But that wasn't... Ant-Man was good.
It was
They're
great.
gonna run out of
was fun.
superheroes.
Yeah. Ant-Man, and the sequel was good, too. I liked them both. They were great. Although the best character... Well, all right, hang on. We're going to have a debate here in a second. Let's finish this one.
Oh! Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years
Speak of the
ago
devil.
at the airport in Germany. That got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
So anyway, yeah. So Avengers Endgame is coming, and yeah, it'll be a thing. But here's the question I have to pose to the both of you. This is important. Which is the best Marvel expanded universe, cinematic universe character? Is it Luis from Ant-Man series, or is it Korg? Which one? Which one's the best? Is it Korg?
You saw President's tweet today, didn't you?
I did. I fucking retweeted that one. I did. I totally did.
I've never seen Ant-Man.
Really?
Oh.
See, okay.
Honestly,
there you can skip 90% of all the Marvel movies. You can totally skip them. But certain ones are legitimately worth actually watching. Ant-Man is worth watching if just for Louise, and it'll make you want to watch the sequel as well. And what's his fucking name? Who plays Hank Pym? Old guy, Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas. He's great too.
Oh yeah.
And Paul Rudd, of course, is Paul Rudd, and he's fine in the role. He's good. But Luis is amazing. He's probably one of the best characters in the MCU. The way he explains everything is great. And then
Ant-Man,
Thor Ragnarok is arguably one of the best Marvel movies ever because of Korg, among other things. Jeff Goldblum was great too, but Korg was the shit. I've never had a boner at a movie. I've never had a boner at a
highly
theater.
doubt that.
I was hoping you'd go for a solid several measures on that, just so I could cheaply do next week's promo. But please continue. Yeah, that's enough.
We come from the land of the ice and snow. We're gonna do a lot of blow.
Look at this guy.
Damn it,
Drink
no,
some
it's like,
whiskey.
Come from the land of the ice and snow, and we're going to do a live web show.
Bang some traps and get STDs. Hey, subscribe to the YouTube Saints.
What are you two doing to Zeppelin right now in front of my face?
Pew, pew, pew.
I'm just letting it happen.
Cha, 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 cha.
Yep.
Nothing I can do about it.
All right. Anyway, so piss off, Ghost. So what? I don't even know what we were about to say.
Oh, Korg was awesome.
Oh,
but
yeah,
no, Ant-Man. Honestly, Ant-Man, I feel, and it's probably because of Paul Rudd's ability to just be awkwardly human on screen. Ant-Man was, I fucking really enjoyed that. Like even as a standalone movie, I'm like, yeah, I like this. I don't give a fuck about Ant-Man. I've loved Marvel since before there were movies. I didn't give a fuck about Ant-Man then. Seemed dumb. Still seems dumb. Oh hey, wow, they made it work. How about that? That was the impression I got from Ant-Man, and it's worth a watch if you don't have to pay for it, or if you have like Netflix or some shit and it's available there. Go watch it there. Don't pay for it. Don't pay for any MCU shit. Let's be honest. But no, that trailer. I mean, it's a little teaser trailer. Got me excited. The sad thing to it is that we already know everyone comes back to life. It's going to happen. Everyone is going to come back to life because somebody's going to get their hands on the gauntlet or whatever it is. And I mean, the very fact that we hear like how many actors are signed on to future movies. Yeah, you don't get to do those movies if your character died in this last movie that we're now getting a sequel to. Good job, PR team.
Anyway, so what I was...
theory I heard...
Well, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go.
Do you remember, like, spoilers for Infinity War? Okay.
It's been long enough.
But, remember when Doctor Strange is, like, using the time gem or something? And he goes through all the possible, like, ways they win or lose, and they only win one of them?
Yeah.
Or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just outright gives, and then he gives the time gem to Thanos. Just, hey, take this.
Right.
And he like goes like, it was the only way, and then he disappears or something.
Right.
Maybe he knows that this is the one that he had to give it over, or else they lose.
Right.
Like
It was like a spoiler alert, but like you also kind of it feeds into it. Like, okay, this is what has to happen. Holy shit, everything has to get this bad before it gets all fixed. Yeah, no, I get it.
Slash superhero Sherlock already knows how it's going to work out.
Anyway, so the whole thing
Bilbo can get really upset while he's serving Black Panther.
All I was gonna say was I've never gotten erect in a movie theater except when Chris Hemsworth in Thor Ragnarok with one eye embraces the fucking lightning. And I was like, wow, I'm gay as fuck. Okay, all right, well, moving on. Anyway, and now, for something completely different. Make better choices. Endangered Hawaiian monk seals keep getting eels stuck up their noses, and scientists want them to stop. We have no idea why this is suddenly happening.
The classic seal, eel, nasal seal.
Good night. No. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I saw this article, but I never actually read it. So I'm actually really curious on this.
No.
A relaxed-looking juvenile Hawaiian monk seal lounges near a sandy white beach on some green foliage. Its eyes are half closed, and it has a serene expression on its face. But the seal's calm demeanor is surprising. Why? Well, there's a long black and white eel dangling from its right nostril.
Let me do the voice. Can I do the voice for the lady?
Please.
You have to read. I'll just read the quotes. That's it. It's just so shocking.
Claire Simeone, a veterinarian and monk seal expert based in Hawaii, told the Washington Post on Thursday. Vern?
Sorry. He's gone now. I snapped my fingers and...
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
It says the things. Did it not come through?
No, it didn't come through.
Wait.
Come on.
Redo it.
Am I clear? Okay. It's an animal that has another animal stuck up its nose.
Simeone wasn't the only person stunned by the photo of the seal and its unusual facial ornament that was shared earlier this week on Facebook by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Hawaiian Monk Seal Research Program. Very fucking specific program, I might say. The picture taken this year in the remote northwestern Hawaiian Islands has since gone viral, drawing attention to a rare phenomenon that continues to baffle scientists who are now begging the endangered seals to make better choices. All right, okay. I have this.
We really need to crack down on like the irresponsible behavior of these seals.
We do.
Yeah. Somebody's got to write a law.
I keep thinking there's
keep getting away with this stuff.
Keep thinking there's this like shrill fucking woman who's walking up to these seals. She's like, "What are you doing with your life? You got a fucking eel stuck up your nose. It looks like a worm. What are you doing? This isn't what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hunt fish in the ocean, and you're over here on the rocks, lounging around like some drug addict with a goddamn eel up your nose. What are you doing? Wake the fuck up! Your father would be rolling in his grave right now. What are you doing?
Mom, it's called eeling. Okay, all the seals are doing it.
Yeah.
I know. You know, if every seal decided to jump off a cliff or off a bridge, would you?
If it was over water, maybe.
I can't wait to see that particular Karen yelling at the screen while watching Aquaman.
What is he doing? He's got his feet on a couple of sharks. He's gonna get bit. What are you doing? Your father would be rolling in his grave.
He is the manager of the sea, so naturally this particular MIT Karen needs to go. If he's the manager
of the sea, he better have some benefits. He's gonna need some medical insurance. He's gonna get bit. This is absolutely ridiculous. Your mother is gonna have a heart attack.
Oh wait, hold on. Breaking news. I've read down the article and it says that it took several emails and phone calls before the decision was made to grab the eel and try pulling it out.
Okay. There was only maybe 2 inches of the seal actually still sticking out of the nose, so it was much akin to the magician's trick when they were pulling out the handkerchiefs, and they keep coming and coming and coming.
You know what's gonna happen? Here's what's gonna happen. Enough people are actually probably Saints audience, because this is a weird cult that we have here. There are gonna be enough people who live near the shore. They're gonna start pulling eels out of the ocean and trying to snort them to see what happens. Like, oh man, that seal looks pretty happy. I want to be that happy, and I maintain a Twitter account, so that's not gonna happen without chemical help. And they're just gonna start stuffing eels up their nose.
I don't know, man.
Don't stuff eels up your nose. Go with cocaine, like a normal person.
Yeah, I got a thing about eels. I don't like them. It's like a phobia of some type. I eat them whenever I get the chance to.
Yeah, but then you should snort them because they'll die then too.
Nah, I don't like them. They're all slippery, and like they got these teeth. And they're just creepy. Have you ever seen their eyes? You ever seen an eel's eyes, like a moray eel?
Yeah, I've actually got a good song for this actually.
They don't stop coming and 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 they don't stop.
All right, I gotta go.
All right. Anyway, so. After less than a minute of tugging, a 2.5-foot dead eel emerged from the seal's nostril. Since then, Litnan said there have been at least 3 or 4 reported cases, the most recent occurring this fall. In all the cases, the eels were removed successfully, and the seals are doing great, he said. None of the eels, however, survived. We have no idea why this is happening. You see some very strange things if you watch nature long enough, and this could end up being one of those little oddities.
Great.
Yeah.
But hang on, they're all doing great, but they also died. But they're doing great otherwise, other than being dead.
So, yeah. Okay. Long story short. After repeated nuclear tests in our ocean's waters, seals have now taken to huffing eels up their nose to get high as fuck. They're high on the jazz eel, and that's what that is. Let's get some super chats right now. One Canuck says turned up my volume to hear Jeff say I'm hard right now. Sigh. Giovanna Liviano says it's not true that nobody cares about you, Nicolo. It's true. Giovanna loves you. There's one. One. Crab90 says, fuck Ant-Man, the movie is horrible.
That's
Any benefit
one
he adds to the Avengers team could have easily been done by the Black Widow or Hawkeye. His movie's plot was the same as Iron Man and predictable as hell. I fucking fell asleep at the theater. What a hater. What a fucking hater.
Damn.
What a hater. What a
Listen, I
hater.
get that I would have played the role better than Paul Rudd, but the thing is people wouldn't have gone to see the movie. So I appreciate your support.
They're running out of superheroes for you to play. There's not going to be any left.
We still haven't seen Tag Naked. I'm upset about that.
Is there a major superhero that people know about that there's not a movie about?
Yeah. Ooh, well, yeah. No. I mean, we did have Fantastic Four movies, but they were all fucking bad.
Those don't count.
Yeah.
No. Beyond those not counting, we're going to pretend they never happened, and we're going to wish that they never do again. Because Fantastic Four kind of sucks.
Yeah. No. You know what? The comic books are fucking great. The comic books are fucking
They are.
great. Jay Caesar says they're trying to do the Devil Man and merge. Oh yeah.
I'll just, you know what?
Oh yeah.
I'll be the race swapped Spawn. How about that? Yeah.
Ooh, very progressive.
That could work. There you go. There you go.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. That's too abrasive. Anyway, so for our cringe of the week, we decided this week that we are going to do the
It's me.
No, it's
the most obvious thing, the most obvious cringe that has happened this week.
Right.
I dare you, audience. I dare you. Find us something that is worse than this. Dare you.
Guys,
After
the cringe of the week.
I do have to go though.
Oh, but
Unfortunately.
hang on.
Yeah,
Give me just two minutes. The cringe of the week is the YouTube rewind. That's right.
I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Now, you know, it's interesting because, like, I think that artistically they could have gone a lot of different ways with this YouTube rewind.
Well, no,
They haven't mentioned YouTube once.
I know.
no,
Well,
it's no.
well,
They've
technically they
referenced
did.
the Viner invasion, though.
They did actually get Asian representation in this one, so that's good.
Exactly.
That's right.
Lily Singh ought to be really fucking happy right now because between Asian representation and just shitting all over the platform. It's kinda,
we totally could have done Laura Loomer for the cringe of the week, but that's okay. We talked about her earlier in the week.
She did something else.
I don't know. Who cares? Vern,
All I'm saying is
Vern.
I'm a diehard Alex Jones fan, and Laura Loomer will never replace Alex Jones in my heart.
No way.
Loomer is the one person who could show up in your life, Justin, and say Justin, run off with me, and we'll raise sheep together, and you will just look to your fiance and say, darling, I will always love you, but I will now have to do it from afar. And you'll go off and raise sheep.
Well, Vernaculis has to go, but thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Please go. Yep, please go and explain to Beyonce why you are leaving her for Laura Loomer. I look forward to that video.
Yep.
Everyone subscribe to Vernaculis so you can see that video. It'll be a good video.
All right, thanks, guys. It's been great.
You don't want to watch the rest of the rewind?
Well, we can watch the rest of the rewind. I was just saying, I had to go after the cringe. I said after the cringe.
Oh, the cringe is the last section of the show. We just got to do the.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
right,
Did I click the wrong link? Oh fuck! I don't know.
Yeah. I just love.
Oh.
It's the promo.
Is this renowned YouTuber Will Smith?
Oh. This is renowned YouTuber Will Smith. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The thing is, the what I like most about Will Smith is his YouTube content.
Oh, me too.
The Fresh
That's my
Prince to
favorite thing.
Rewind
demonetize.
time. Yeah, if I control rewind, I would want Fortnite and Marquez Brown.
Fuck you.
Really?
Fuck you.
You wouldn't want more people to actually pay to watch that fucking terrible superhero movie of yours? Really?
Hancock?
Let's all pretend
Wait,
I Am
hang
Legend
on,
was a good movie.
Hang on. I really liked
Fortnite.
Hancock, and I actually really liked I Am Legend too.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Hey!
Is this what you wanted?
You know, I would YouTube.
Quit horsing around.
Ninja!
So I love. I didn't recognize any of the people at the back of the bus, but I recognize the guy driving it. And you know what he's the star on? Not YouTube.
This guy looks like an anime character.
He does.
Play me some of that
Oh,
jumping
that's
music. Okay. You said jumping music?
Jumping music.
Are they all jumping off the Fortnite bus?
Yeah, they're all jumping off the Fortnite bus. That's a joke. It's not that Fortnite was like very popular on Twitch and not actually on YouTube. But fuck.
Do you want to know the best thing about this though?
Oh, what's the best thing about this?
None of them are wearing parachutes. Not a single one thought. Yeah, that's right. Jump out of that bus.
Thank you.
You know that's what a YouTube career is like. Jumping out of a bus with no parachute on.
That's right. That's right.
And
Not only that,
survive somehow.
Not only that, you're also like you're letting a Twitch streamer drive that bus, and then they show up in what's supposed to be your moment of glory to remind you to kill yourself.
Hey, to all them hardcore motherfuckers out there that actually read the book that I Am Legend is based on, you're right. The original ending would have been better.
By the way,
Is this Marcus?
By the way,
praise Bezos. This is the new sign. This is the hand symbol for Bezos. Praise him. Praise Bezos. You kiss his B, so you can get those sweet bitties.
Fuck you. Oh my god. Eat shit. No way.
Die! Yes!
So guys,
They're in the ocean.
apparently
No one can save them.
we
They're live.
control rewind this
They're on
year.
a campfire now.
I wish they did like a Lord of the Flies style sort of thing with the rewind, you know? They all
Who gets to be the pig's head?
Yeah, they all segregate into like groups and hunt each other with spears and fuck each other up. It'd be great.
God. No, I'm sorry to say this. This is going to be unpopular, but at the same time, also the more heavy-set YouTuber who ultimately actually has the moral high ground, aka Boogie, is cannibalized by all of the lesser people below him.
Yep.
Y'all, we can do whatever we want. What do we do?
What are they gonna do?
There's one thing this video needs.
K-pop!
Hey, we're on this deserted island, like surrounded by a campfire, no shelter anywhere in sight, no food. We're all gonna start starving pretty soon. What do we need?
K-pop.
K-pop.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
let's be honest. If a bunch of YouTubers are stranded on an island like that around a campfire, they'd immediately start trading makeup tips and putting stuff inside each other.
Yeah, like K-pop is dangerously close to anime, so we may have to skip this part, like on principle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still set. Oh, this Bongo Cat, guys.
Oh man, I recognize that meme.
I understood that reference.
Rewind needs more science. Could we do an experiment?
Love that. Melting lips.
I have an experiment. Yeah, I got an experiment. Let's see how many of them can endure, copious amounts of cyanide. Real quick, just all around the campfire.
I like how melting lipstick is an experiment.
Marshmallow
What's
needs
up?
to be...
What?
Oh God, yodeling kids.
Oh my God! It's yodeling.
Huh?
That was yodeling kid. Yodeling kid.
Do you guys think Nyan Cat is gonna be in this YouTube rewind?
Oh man, maybe some all your bass.
To be in this video.
Who is Marshmallow?
How about Yodeling Kid?
Without a ribbon.
Marshmallow is like an EDM guy. He's not even a YouTube person.
Well, wait. Well, hang on. I know another EDM guy who's on YouTube.
No.
No.
Who? Oh. Oh,
No,
dude.
no. No.
DJ J Lil. DJ J Lil. J Lil.
Lil J.
Lil J.
No.
Lil J. DJ Lil J. Yeah. That's right.
We all have dark pasts. We don't need to talk about that.
Are you ready to say me? Because I love you.
Even everybody in the video knows this sucks.
I love how all the human people in the video look at the animator section and like, wow, you could totally just look at the camera and say, "Hey guys."
If we
you want to like make art.
If we have
what's your like do you have a YouTube intro? Like the the generic YouTube intro?
Who, me? Or
no,
Nick?
like just no, like hey everybody, what is going on? Like that's what you have to do.
God, no.
Hey everybody, Jeff Holiday here. Wait.
Yeah, fuck you.
No.
Fuck you.
No, you're not doing it right.
It's what's going on, everybody? Jeff Holiday here, and today, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
That's what listen, that's why you're creeping up on 100K and the rest of us plebs are just saying hi to people.
That and I keep servicing Susan Wojcicki with my mouth.
Fabulous and
I
empowering
don't even say
art
hi
of drag.
in my videos. I just fucking dive right in.
Why exactly? Okay, why?
Susan's not even circumcised, so like you get all those extra nerves to play with Jeff. That's not fair.
Here's the thing.
Here I am trying to service the Bezos.
Can we please focus? Fuck.
Do they have eyes?
Many.
Are there
Somewhere.
eyes under all that?
They're in their palms. It's
my-
like that Guillermo del Toro monster.
Fucking Christ! Why? Okay, fine. I'm down with drag queens. I like drag queens, but why is it Jeffree Star was not allowed in this video? Why did they not invite Jeffree Star, but they have this drag queen I've never heard of?
Because Jeffree Star is a genuinely popular YouTuber who's more interested in promoting this millennial trash.
Have you guys ever
want to
played
see
Pillars
all
of
of you.
Eternity?
Who the fuck was that?
Who was?
You shouldn't give.
Who cares? Who can we stop?
She makes robots. She makes robots. That last one, she makes really bad robots. She's awesome. The rest of these fucking people, though, I want them to end up like most of the cast from Lost, being killed on submarines or stabbed to death in the jungle.
Oh yeah, and then they got they got this thing happens with Lele Pons.
Oh yeah, Lily.
Yeah, Lele Pons. It's fucking trash. This fucking thing is garbage.
The long and short of this whole experience, the reason that we're subjecting all of you to this is to remind you that while we...
Yeah. Go ahead, keep going.
So I felt I was about to get crab hands while listening to that. No, while we are your YouTube saints, this is what the people who run this unfortunate shit show of a platform actually want you to enjoy. Now, you can otherwise enjoy us over on Twitch, where we actually have fun, and it's a decent time. Or you could, hey, you know what? Forget the fact that PewDiePie wasn't in this video. Subscribe to PewDiePie, by the way. We did our part. We've done our part. But this. I'll just finish up. This garbage fire. This is your YouTube now, right? And if it's if the alternative is just Milo Yiannopoulos clones, We might as well just shut the whole thing down, go over to Twitch, and watch us play Subnautica. Which
That's a good game.
Not a bad idea.
That's actually a really good game.
Not a bad idea at all.
If you notice, they were trying to be like self-aware, doing the Fortnite thing by like being like, "Oh, ironic, huh? Fortnite's in the video a lot." You know what I mean? But it's like I dealt with the same sort of thing with the dabbing community. And it's like dabbing is horrible enough in itself, and it's like if you're ironically dabbing, that's still like more people dabbing than need to be around.
I'm really glad that you were on the show, though, Vern.
If you dab ironically, you're still dabbing, okay? And it's the dabbing that's a problem.
What do you
know what I mean?
about dabbing for money, though? Because I mean, honestly, if somebody like drops $100 on this show right
dollars.
now, I will. Dabbing for dollars. And you've seen how I live.
Disgusting whore.
Justin, you've seen how I live. You know I need the money.
I will never let you live that down if you take money to dab on stream.
Well, let's see if in the 2 minutes that the show remains, we can get that. So yeah, that's been your YouTube Rewind. Feel free to drink as much drain cleaner as you have under your sink, or in your sink if you can siphon it out. But nothing will ever undo YouTube Rewind 2018. But we have been your YouTube saints. Vernaculis was kind enough to I think this actually counts towards his court-ordered charity that he has to do. He was caught naked masturbating at a bus stop, but that's neither here nor there. I
told you that in confidence.
But yeah, but it's also public record because it's a court thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean people are gonna look for it.
Well, no, but this means that you can bring this back to court and say, "Hey, look, everybody, I served my sentence.
I had to watch YouTube Rewind, and now I'm gonna go YouTube Rewind my neck."
Actually, at this point,
That's
Susan
good.
would just he owes you money.
Whoa, Jabberwocky. Susan, would you...
They only said I had to watch 5 seconds. I watched at least 2.5 minutes.
That's true.
In fairness, we didn't even tell him this was going to happen. In fairness, we sprung this on him.
Oh, too true. All right, everybody, that's it. That's it for us. That's it for us this week. Go commit a hate crime. We love you. We gotta go. We gotta go. We're done.
Yeah.
Bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Hey, Vern, how's your diarrhea lately?
So what?
How's your diarrhea lately?
The diarrhea movie?
Yeah, how's your diarrhea lately?
How's my diarrhea lately?
Yeah,
It's been alright.
Is it? Have you gotten up to oatmeal level, or is it still pure water?
It's odd. It's liquid, and then there are like these solid, like penny-sized chunks that come out.
You know what's wonderful? Is that you get to a point where you can actually run clips like that and say, I'd rather be demonetized for this.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. You can be like, I honestly, like in the grand scope of things, I think I'd rather actually just play a big old fucking song about Japanese girls shitting their pants.
I almost feel like we should actually do a thing where we read the entire series, but we interject it. Got it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a fucking thing that you just said.
You know what's hilarious? Is that these are the shows that like any interviewer would ever ask me about.
Yeah, they'd be like,
You know what I mean?
well, you know,
Just
you're
feel like-
you're applying for this tech job, sir, but it shows here that back in 2018 you were on a show that was glorifying sexual depravity with bathroom tendencies with Japanese girls. What do you have to say about that?
Oh no, the best one
I have
would be
to say,
when
work hard, play hard.
when it's C-SPAN, their book club show. So it's Okay, so we've got a live caller on here. Apparently we've got what is this? Who's your greatest hater, huh?
Danny-san, it is Mitsuko. I remember what you do in Thailand.
It's like, Vernaculis-san, I have 3 old bastard babies. Like, I was only there for 3 months. That don't matter.
Those aren't mine, and you know it, you stupid bitch.